I don't know if we fixed the problem, but we sure inhibited it. It no longer has the path of least resistance through your home.
In any region, exposed wood on a structure creates a problem, and in the Southwest, with so much strong sunlight, wood can weather very badly indeed unless special measures are taken to protect it. There have been two traditional ways of doing this. Have you ever been to Winston and Chloride?
I have, but it's been a while.
Mr. Winston's carriage house in Winston is covered, all of the exterior wood on it is covered with that tin ceiling stuff.
Yes.
And you can peel it back. The wood is as new as when it was, you know. I covered my front door with tin ceiling stuff.
I have a good friend who got some old copper roofing from a Santa Rita house and did his front door in it, and it patinaed out beautiful.
Oh, I'd love to see a picture of that.
It's gorgeous. It makes you grin because you can see that how much he's recycled into his home.
I want to do the same thing on my beautiful bay window because I have carefully taken care of the wood on the inside of it, but that outside...
Wood is hell in the Southwest.
I've even put Bondo on it. But I bet there's a lot of lead paint on there too.
Yes, there probably is.
I think abating it might be the right thing to do.
I'll tell you the truth. Yeah. The best thing you could do to exterior wood is paint it.
Even if you have to keep repainting it each?
That's the best thing you can do. Paint it.
I own this house, yet it's not entirely mine. Part of it will always belong to John Risque and his family, and to the others who have lived here before me. Over the years, I've made changes, just as previous owners have done, beginning with John Risque himself. But I've always tried to remember and respect the character and history of a house that was here long before my time. I've tried to use materials that fit the style of this small green domicile and that will, if possible, last yet another century. We saw how John Risque had been elected to the school board in April 1882, but he was never to serve. Just a few weeks later, the council minutes note an election to fill a vacancy left by his death. On April 21st, 1882, John Risque was traveling with 4 other men when their party was attacked by Apaches 7 miles south of Clifton, Arizona. Risque had gone there to examine a possible gold claim. Eyewitnesses tell us he was riding a mule and was second in the string of men descending to the Gila River when the Apaches appeared out of nowhere and fired upon the party of men. Risque took 2 bullets, one to the torso and one to the head. We may hope that he died quickly. His body was stripped of anything that could be sold or traded. The loot included a pair of silver cufflinks and a gold watch inscribed John P. Risque, Silver City. The Apaches rode across the border into a Mexican village where they traded their loot for whiskey. The alcalde of the village saw the inscription on the watch. He returned the watch and cufflinks to Mayor Bennett of Silver City, who saw to it that they were returned to John's widow, Jenny. The cufflinks are still in the possession of the family. They're made from coins, 1856 quarters, reshaped and embossed with John's initials in blue enamel. John's body was eventually conveyed to St. Louis and buried in Bellefontaine Cemetery. John shares a headstone there with his son, who survived him by 61 years.
Well, I hope your process of exploring the past of your house will inspire other people, because what really makes history interesting is the people and the stories. And not everybody has such a dramatic story as John Risque, but certainly their lives are interesting. Everyone's lives are interesting. And what people do with their houses, what they say with their houses, what kind of statement they make about themselves or their lives, what kind of hopes are reflected in the buildings about what the future might be like. Those are all so significant. And I think the key word in preservation is respect. The preservation movement understands that life must go on, that people don't want to live in museum settings with no running water or whatever, that people need to adapt to the needs of their present day. No one's going to yank their internet connections out just to be historically authentic. But if they could respect what went before, and when they do build or remodel or work on properties that are in historic districts, to do so in a respectful way that acknowledges that the other stuff was there first, and make their statement in a quiet and personal way that doesn't overshadow the whole neighborhood that it's part of.